I am changing from one domain to another. It's like kind of like one branded domain to another branded domain. Business is going from basically like, um, we'll say like Chris's consulting to Chris's marketing. I don't know, something like that, right?
Hmm.
But the second one's a little more specific, which I guess they want to. So they want their brand to be with a little bit more of a specific niche next to it instead of something a little bit more general. But it says, I do not wish to lose any traction, any SEO juice. I thought Sterling Slot do a Q&A on this. Yeah, so what you're doing, or what you're probably going to end up doing, is what's called a 301 redirect, which is you are going to be essentially pointing your old site at the new site to tell Google, like, hey, basically this site has just completely moved over to another site now. And it's no longer, we're no longer operating on this old domain. And there are ways to do that where you save as much link juice as possible, where you basically don't have any hiccups, you don't lose any traction, like you're saying. But what I will say is you need to expect a little bit of volatility, a little bit of, it basically it can take a little bit for things to actually kick in and for everything to transfer over and for things to be the same as they were before. And I'll go ahead and I'll let Nick talk about that since he's our resident 301 expert. I'm going to go grab some water real quick, all right?
Sure.
All right.
All right. So yeah, there's a few ways that you can kind of increase your ability to get them to take quicker, right? What you're doing is a little bit different, right? Because you're trying to go with a different brand. So the best way is not to lose juice, and this is going to be easy, relatively easy, is you're not taking an old like age domain and repurposing it as a 301. You're actually just changing the branding, which I think hypothetically registers a lot easier in Google. It's seen as less of a kind of tactic used to manipulate search and more like something that's pretty natural to occur. Branding changes all the time. So you're going to do a complete backup of the current site, I'm guessing, unless there's things that you want to change. But that means the URL structure and everything is going to remain the exact same across the board. So there's not going to be any 404 errors, etc. You will download a backup of that site as it stands on the original URL. You're going to transfer it to the new one, and you're going to 301 the old URL to the new URL. There's not going to be any 404 errors. And if there are pages that you want to omit or you want to kind of change things up as far as the permalink structure goes, etc., just make sure that you're redirecting those specific pages to pages that it makes sense for them to go to. But if you do all of that, then it's going to be relatively quick. Now, I can't say that you're not going to lose some traction in the SERPs. It might take a little while for this to register. And especially since the last algo updates, I can't say that I've messed with anything like this. So, you can expect some volatility, but all in all, should be relatively straightforward, and I don't think it'd take long, if at all, for it to register the same way that it was before.
How long do you think they should give it before they start kind of thinking, did I do something wrong or should I revert back to the old domain or that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, again, I can't answer that. But, if the entire domain has been 301 to our new URL, and there's no 404 errors, then quite honestly, it might not get any volatility at all. It might just actually, change over time. Don't be surprised that if in the SERPs, you see your old URL just kind of remaining there for a while. But what you want to make sure is that there are no 404s, like those pages don't look dropped, right? So another thing you can do too is take a 404 to similar page plugin and add that as well. I've found those to be really helpful for things that maybe get missed. But if you're just doing a full site transfer, go for it. Now, if I guess to answer your question, if you kind of just drop off the face of the SERPs, and it just kind of remains that way for a matter of like, 3 weeks or so, then there's probably something that got done wrong. Things that might occur is if you mess up on like SSL or something like that, then you could maybe get a little extra volatility. But overall, I think it should be a pretty straightforward, simple process for you.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.